Hey guys, so I'm quite excited about this. I've just received the Olight S1R Baton 2, and from the reviews that I've had a look at, this is a super bright light and really small and compact too. So I'm really keen to check it out. Yeah, I haven't opened this box yet, so I'm pretty excited to see what's in here too, and I'm definitely going to be going through what it's like unboxing it. So you might be wondering, why is a wildlife video channel promoting a flashlight? Now, when you're out in the bush, you can find yourself either in a bit of trouble or be on the receiving side of a very helpful product. I've had a few occasions when walking in the bush at night, so you're walking back from camp to your house, you need a really good bright light. And I've had some times where I haven't had the brightest light and I've walked into a bit of trouble. So I've walked into lions, I've walked into elephants, and had some pretty hairy situations. I've also had times where I've had a good quality bright light, and walking through the bush with that is a dream, because you can see an animal from quite a long ways away. And what excites me so much about this this exact torch is that, well, the flashlight, is that it's got a beam of up to 145 meters, which is just ridiculous when it's at its highest power, which is turbo, which is 1,000 lumens. But yeah, I'm going to take you through this this Olight S1R Baton 2, because it looks like it's going to be a really cool cool torch, and I'm going to open up the box shortly and show you a little bit more about it. And then towards the end of the video, be sure to stick around, because on the 24th of August, they're actually having this huge sale. Whole bunch of free products. I know if you were to get this, you'd also get the i1R free with this, and there's a whole bunch of really cool deals. But I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. But yeah, let's have a look and see a little bit more about this little torch. Okay, so let's have a look and see why this torch could potentially be a good choice. Okay, so the first thing that I'm seeing here is the brightness. So in turbo, it's 1,300 lumens, and that's the battery will last up to about 37 minutes. And the cool thing is the beam is 145 meters. So it goes really bright, but this torch does have a couple of other settings. You know, it seems like it's got 5 settings: high, medium, low, and moon. And that ranges from 0.5 lumens for moon to 1,000 lumens for turbo. Another cool thing is it's waterproof, up to about 2 meters. Impact resistance up to about 1.5 meters. Throws 145 meters. So it's a really bright and tough little torch. Or flashlight. Now the interesting thing here is that when I look at the diameters here, the length only 63 millimeters, and the weight only 51 grams. So that seems like quite a small torch or flashlight. So let's have a look and see what happens when we open up the box. Ah, quite handy. Just need to pull out. And we get this. Read me before use. Unscrew the body and take off the insulating film. If the battery needs to be charged, make sure that the negative polarity side is inserted facing the direction of the flashlight head and the side of the LED. Okay, and how to store the battery and what's inside the box. Cool, so there's a charger. Apparently this charger is like a magnetic charger. I have no knowledge of a magnetic charger, so we'll have to see what that is. Looks like a little clean cloth, notebook, and a clip. Well, let's check it out. Right. Thank you for being part of our Olight family. Your support is why we do this. Enjoy, the Olight team. Thanks, Olight. Right, so then we've got the user manual. I might go through that in a little while. Let's have a look. Really nice soft cloth. That's quite handy. This looks like it's the charger, the magnetic charger. And oh, this is like a little lanyard. Cool. Well, let's have a look and see. Oh geez, this is and somewhere to store your batteries. Wow, have a look at how small this thing is. It is a tiny little torch. So one of the first things I noticed about this torch is it's firstly quite small and compact. It's got quite a cool little grip, even though it's a tiny little torch, so you got good finger grip, I suppose. And yeah, this double clip, which is a really awesome feature. You can clip it on your belts facing up, facing down, and you can also clip it on top of a cap, which is brilliant. Yeah, so let's have a look and see. In order to get it to go on, I believe we need to take off the filament as per the instructions. Insulating, that's what we need to take off. Insulation. Ah, and there it is. We'll just slide that out. And we should. There we go. Well, let's see how bright it is. Oh, jeepers creepers. Okay, so just a little bit of advice. If you do, whoa, see spots. If you do want to turn it on, make sure it's not facing your eyes. So I'm going to take some time to go through the user manual and work out what nifty little features this guy has. Well, let's check it out. Right, well the bonus is that it's in a lot of different languages. So let's go with English. How to operate. On, off. Single click the side switch to turn the light on and off. There we go, not too bright. When the light is turned on, it will return to the previous brightness level before the light was turned off. So to change the brightness level, when the flashlight is on, press and hold the side switch to automatically cycle through moonlight, low, medium, high and low modes. The mode is selected when the side switch has been released. Okay, so that's quite bright. Oh, that's very bright. Okay, so I can stop it there. There, that's super bright. So that's the lowest. So what would that be? That is, whoa, should not look at this light. I might actually angle it away from the camera because now I can't read what is going on here. Okay, so this is moon, and then low, medium. Okay, so now we're up to only 60 lumens. High, should be the next one. No, it's moon. Oh, you know why? Because depending on the amount of battery in the charge, it'll only go as high as that. So it can only go to high. If it's fully charged, it'll go on to turbo. Don't worry, I will charge it, and we'll have a look at turbo. Actually, talking about the charger, where is it? Oh yes. So, like I'm from the bush, so having a look at technology might not be my strong point, but I know it works and what doesn't. It looks bright. I'm going to definitely have to test it out. But this is a magnetic charger, and apparently the back of this is a magnet too. We'll check. Whoa. Okay, so it's got some force to it, and let me just turn this off. And it's a USB charger, so it's quite cool, magnetic. And the cool thing about this as well is, I don't have anything metal around me right now, but I'll definitely show it to you. This will click onto any metal, which is really, really cool. Okay, so just to quickly talk about the charger, I've got it on charge now, and you can see at the base of the charger, around about there, there's actually a little indicator light that's red, and that means it's charging, and once it's fully charged it'll go green. Another very handy tool when it comes to the charging. So that's the charger, and those are the different access ways. Direct access to turbo. Oh, direct access to turbo. Let's check this out. Quickly double press the side switch to activate turbo mode. Dum, dum. Okay, there we go, that's the bright one. Whoa. Yeah, no, you gotta blind someone with that. So like, I wouldn't advise shining that in someone's eyes. But then again, you know, if you're keeping your torch inside your house and someone gets in there, you shine that in their eyes, they're not going to be able to see. Like, I'm really struggling to read this right now. Okay, and then the timer. The S1R Baton 2 has a long 9 minutes and short 3 minutes timer when the light needs to be automatically turned off. When the flashlight is on, double click and hold the side switch under the current brightness level to, sorry, I'm not reading this well because I'm kind of blinded, to access the timer settings. A single blink access short timer, while 2 blinks accesses the long timer. The flashlight will automatically turn off when the timer is up. After the timer is set, double click and hold the time switch and shift the timer settings. When the timer is up, the user is about to enter the timer again. The light will return to the last timer setting. So that's quite an interesting thing. I don't know why you'd use it, that you only want 3 minutes or 9 minutes, but you never know. It is a handy feature to have. And lock out and unlock. When the flashlight is off, press and hold the side switch for about 2 seconds to access the button lockout mode. The flashlight will enter the moonlight mode first, and then will switch off to the signal of the lockout mode. Under the lockout mode, press and hold the switch for less than 1 second without releasing it. The red indicator below will switch will be on for a short time to signal that the light is still in lockout mode. To unlock it, keep holding the switch over 1 second until the moonlight mode is on again. Okay, so another feature that I'm not entirely sure what the uses, well, there's obviously uses for it, but they're not uses that I'd have for it. But you know, maybe someone watching this thinks that's like super cool. Okay, so another thing. Now, this I'll probably have to show you in the dark. So that over there, you'll see it's like a yellowish light. Oh, jeez, that burns. Well, it is a bright light. It actually burns your fingers. So on this little spot over here, it'll either be green, orange, or red to show how charged your battery is, which is really cool. So this is orange, so it's halfway there. And when it's green, then it's fully charged, and red when it's not charged, which is really cool. Like, how often are you walking and suddenly your battery dies? Now you can just imagine you're walking in the bush, you're like, oh, there's a lion, and then next thing your battery dies. So this is quite cool. You can check what your batteries are, what the battery life is, and then you can know when it's a good time to go out into the middle of the bush with this tiny little light and when it's not. So I was telling you about the magnetic back, and how you can just attach this to metal, which is a really cool feature, especially if you're having a braai or a barbecue. You just pop it on like a metal pole or something. But one thing I've noticed is that most people reviewing torches, for some of the reason, like knives. I suppose it's always, you know, outdoor channels, and a knife is a handy thing to have. Now, I don't really have many knives, but I figured I'd introduce a knife to test the magnet. So there we go. 1 times magnetized torch knife. Yeah. So, and it's quite a solid magnet, that. So you can just imagine the actual appliances you can use that for. Okay, so green means go. I'm looking forward to turning off the lights and giving this puppy a go. See how bright it really is. Okay, so I'm doing this indoors to test it out. One thing that I was wondering if you'd be able to see now is you'll see that's green. Earlier I showed it was yellow. It means it's fully charged and ready to rock and roll. That is while the torch is on, but that's on the lower setting. So I'm going to go through the modes and we're going to test out the brightness, and yeah, let's switch the lights off and see how this goes. Right, so let's put it on. Okay, so that's moon. and we get a little bit brighter. Now this is the brightest, and as you can see, it is pretty bright. Yeah, and you can sort of toggle through the modes because sometimes you don't want an incredibly bright light. There was a even lower setting before that, and then there's this one, and then this one, and it's off. So this is actually, there's actually a very faint light that's coming from the torch here. So this is if you want to be a bit more stealthy, and don't really want to be giving off 1,000 lumens. And then you can go a little bit brighter, a little bit brighter, and that is super bright. Like I really wish I could show it better as to how bright this actually is. So, like I said in the beginning of the video, there's Olight at the moment is, well, on the 24th of August 2020. Don't know when you're watching this. If you're watching it at a later stage, well, sorry you missed out on the sale, but check the website, there might be another sale. But they're having a massive sale, so you get a whole bunch of free products depending on how much you buy. They're launching these in a new color, orange. It's a limited edition color, and yeah, I highly recommend going over there and having a look. I've got a link in the description down below, so be sure to check out their website. They've got some really cool torches. This is one of very many, yeah, be sure to have a look at the link in the description. And if you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm not always reviewing torches, but you know, there's a lot of really cool wildlife footage on there, so something that you'd enjoy. I might start doing a few more reviews in between the wildlife videos, just because I think it's quite cool. If you enjoy wildlife, you probably enjoy the outdoors. And thanks very much for watching. And yeah, don't forget about the Olight S1R2.